So the tombstone for the 2022 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what's the epitaph? This team was 8-10. Why? What do you got for me?
They weren't good enough. They just simply were never good enough. And, every NFL season, there's never one thing, right? You have to be a little lucky in this league, Rich. The year they won the Super Bowl, COVID, right? Bruce Arians kept everybody in the building, kept everybody healthy. There was no vaccines. They were the healthiest team in the NFL when they got to the Super Bowl. The guys were close. They didn't leave the facility. Everybody, of course, was bought in, to Tom and what they could do. And it just, certain things happen. I think when you look at the construction of this team this year, you lose an Ali Marpet who retires at 28 in the offseason. Okay, it starts there. 28 years old. They weren't prepared for that. You lose Alex Kappa, the other guard who goes to Cincinnati. Second day of camp, Ryan Jensen goes down for this season. No Gronkowski. I mean, we're not talking about what Rob Gronkowski means to Tom Brady all these years, especially as a blocker. But more than that, how about a confidant? How about the yin to his yang? And Rob's never had a bad day. And oh, by the way, at Thanksgiving, he called these guys and said, "I'm bored. I want to come back. Let's talk about this." And they did. And they were going to put him on the practice squad. And he was like, "Practice squad?" They're like, "Okay, we'll put you on the regular roster. Give yourself a couple weeks." And they thought about it and couldn't pull the trigger.
This year?
So
that happened this year?
That happened Thanksgiving, yeah.
This year?
This year, yes.
Wow.
I wrote about it, man. You gotta read me every day, Rick.
Sorry, Rick.
No.
I'm a 53-year-old with a lot of ish going on, So
you got a few things going on.
Yeah.
No, but it happened this year. And furthermore, he told them, "Hey, next season, I might just do it the right way. Just come back and play the whole season." So, these are the things that I think affected him. In addition to the injuries along the way, you had, Chris Godwin coming off an ACL and an MCL, and he goes out the first week, and no one can believe he plays, and then he pulls his hamstring. You've got Donovan Smith, hyperextends his elbow the first week. You got Tristan Wirfs missing 3 games. They just couldn't build any momentum, and you have to have momentum in this league. Games have momentum and seasons have momentum, and they could never get it. They could never retain it. Even when they went to Germany and you were there, they played their best game, bye week. It's like, okay, natural break here. So they just couldn't make it work this season, along with all the problems we just talked about that Tom was going through, which has to have an effect on you. So new coach, new approaches to things just didn't work. And the question is going forward is, can they make it work?
Well, in terms of going forward, Rick, so what's the timeline? I guess Brady would have to let them know right around the time where he decided to come back last year, right on the eve of the new league year. So anybody that might leave might stick around. And then if not, is plan B Kyle Trask? Is he ready? Like, what's the scoop on that?
Yeah, well, he's definitely not ready because he hasn't taken but about 9 throws in his career. He got in a game for the first time in Atlanta and hit 33%. So nobody knows what Kyle Trask is. He's worked his butt off. That's great, but you haven't seen him in a game. Blaine Gabbert's a free agent, greatest 33-year-old quarterback no one has seen for about 5 years. So there's a lot of unknowns with respect to the quarterback position, and that's why if the Bucs were going to go the free agent route or make a trade, Tom could do them a favor by at least telling them that he's not in it for here. And I don't know that he'll do that. I think he could even wait, Rich, until free agency plays out and see which team is built the best for his needs and what suits him. Listen, if you were just going to paint a perfect scenario as far as his life goes, Miami still makes the most sense, right? Because that's where his family is. That's where his children are, his ex-wife. They've got a great team with a bunch of fast receivers that he can get the ball out quick to, and a good defense, and it's on and on. If you're talking about the Raiders, I mean, you want to play against Patrick Mahomes twice a year? You want to play against that quarterback with the Chargers? I mean, I don't know if you're going to make the playoffs. I know in the NFC South you could. So he's going to take his time. I think it would be, right around free agency or maybe even after that shortly. But these guys are going to want to know. But they, as they said last year, man, they're going to leave the light on for him.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.